This is the Cool Photo Tools Podcast, episode number 87, October 3rd, 2016.
Are you sick of trying to learn all the new photo software? Are you tired of hearing about the next big thing in photography? Well, neither are we. Welcome to Cool Photo Tools with Jay Piersdorf and Rhonda Spencer.
Today's program is brought to you by Skillshare. For a limited time, get 3 months of Skillshare Premium for just 99 cents. Anyone can take an online class, watch video lessons, and create projects. Over 4,000 premium classes. Go to coolphototools.com/Skillshare for your discount code. That's coolphototools.com/Skillshare. Good morning, cool heads. This is Jay Piersdorf. Welcome to another episode of Cool Photo Tools for photography enthusiasts of all ages, including me. And
sorry, I snorted into the mic. Okay, I'm back.
And in the back,
snorting into the mic is Rhonda Spencer. Hi. Oh my.
Well, try as we might, we couldn't get through even a fraction of the Photokina stuff last week. So we're going to try again this week. We're going to try to push through and get just a couple. I know we can't get everything, but we're just going to try to hit the highlights of some of the stuff, that the big show in Germany where all the camera manufacturers and accessory manufacturers, they all try to hold out and release their stuff, right at the same time. And did you see this one, Rhonda? The Canon EOS M5
I did.
mirrorless camera.
I put it on my notes too. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a good time to talk about it.
All right. Let me go find it. All right.
Okay. So this is everybody's, this is like the third mirrorless camera that Canon has come out with. And this, they did a lot of things right with it. It's reportedly, it's a very enjoyable camera to use. It has a touch screen. It's got an eye-level viewfinder. It's got interchangeable lenses.
Did you read what everybody said though?
Well, yes. And I'm trying not to be influenced, by what other journalists have said.
Can I say what they said?
You can say.
Everybody said 2 years too late. Too little, too late. Everybody's been there, done that. Sorry. Canon, you need to hurry it up.
Well, now let me defend Canon.
Okay.
No, I can't.
Okay, the only thing that I can say about this that I liked, one, the price on it is not bad. Price is good. $979. That's just body only. That's not bad.
You could buy 4 of those for almost 4 for what you'd buy a Mark IV.
Right. And it actually, you can get adapters to use all of our current Canon lenses on it.
And the adapter's about $130.
Yeah, but
they should have thrown that in, shouldn't they? Just put that in.
You would think, but they didn't. So, but that is a great selling feature if you're going to go mirrorless, because that's the thing that stops most of us is that we've already got investment in glass. You don't want to buy more glass, and having an adapter to where you can actually use your current lenses on it is great.
Okay, well then let me ask you this. Then why wouldn't you buy one of the other Canon DSLRs that had a touchscreen and had similar features? And you don't need the adapter. You could just go ahead and use it. And if you're going to use all your old lenses, particularly the telephotos, you're not going to really save any space. So who is this camera for?
Okay, you're talking mirrorless though. And the only thing that intrigues me with mirrorless is that you see what you're shooting. Your DOF, your depth of field that you're looking at is exactly what you see. That's the only thing that intrigues me with mirrorless.
So the fact the eye-level viewfinder, since it's electronic and you're seeing the actual pixel rendition, rather than you're seeing the lens, what's working, but you don't know what the image actually looks like. So yeah, there's that. You get to preview much of what your actual image will look like using an electronic viewfinder camera. Okay. All right.
So in that way, that's good. I like that. And it's 24 megapixels.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Which is good.
6,000 by 4,000 pixels.
And it has that touch screen, which intrigues
Yeah,
you.
no, well, it does. You know, if you got, why wouldn't you have a touch screen? Who hasn't used a touch screen? Who doesn't have a smartphone? Okay, touch screens are cool. You know, it's just, and especially when they cripple all the menus of like there's 2 buttons and they try to do 59 things. You know, but you have to go through this menu, then you go through that menu. It's like working a crossword puzzle. Really? I mean, just, you know, how about a button for this button does that? Let's put 59 buttons on there. I'd rather have that. So at least a touch screen, you know, the interface is a lot better, essentially, is why I'm touchscreen, you know, pro on this. But okay, well, let's talk about the omissions on this. This is,
well,
you know,
let's talk about one more thing that they've added.
No, I want to talk about the omissions.
No,
all right, go ahead.
That they've got the dual pixel.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I haven't used this yet, so I can only give you my snarky opinions.
Give me your snarky opinion.
Well, I don't know how useful it's going to be. I mean, I'm glad to have the adjustment if it's available, but, you know, when I miss the focus, it's usually not by a couple of millimeters. It's like, that's not going to save me. You know, I mean, if I missed it or the camera missed it, let's say, it's because it focused on the contrasty branch on the right-hand side and not the bird on the left. You know, so because it didn't know what I was looking at. So I'm switching my cameras over to spot focus, and then I'm going to put the spot on what I'm taking a picture of. I'm going to half press the button down and then recompose. I'm going back old school.
Okay.
So.
How about the digital image stabilization?
Well, yeah, everybody should have that.
You know,
I mean, you should have it in the body and on the lens at the same time.
Exactly. But Canon wasn't doing it before. You know.
So okay, the M5, what does it have in? But does it have in body?
Oh, 5-axis image.
5-axis. Okay, good.
Right there.
Good. That means we could use some of the older lenses maybe, and you know, like the EF lenses that were made a few years ago, or some of those. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm liking.
Okay.
I like a lot of the things. They did a lot of stuff right on here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's and I think so just tell us what's the glaring omission? What did they screw up? Why is it 2 years too late?
Oh, I think everybody's saying it because most of the other cameras already have this stuff. You know, that Sony's already been there, done this. Everybody else is already there. This is what everyone was doing before. Just Canon's doing a catch-up.
So the 500-pound gorilla in the room staring at me with this camera is the fact that it doesn't have 4K. There's no 4K video. Everybody else is, you know, now we're not using 4K. We're not doing anything with it. Yeah, some of us might have a 4K TV set, but there's no content. You can't get 4K cable. Maybe you could get a couple of Netflix or, you know, if you got YouTube as a browser on there, you might get a couple of YouTube 4K things. But by and large, there's no 4K content. So why are we all excited about cameras that are able to shoot 4K content? Or in some of the new cameras, 6K is some of the Panasonics are coming up with. So
it's crazy. We're making technology so fast that we can't even see it.
Well, here's something you might not have thought about though, with a 4K or a 6K type camera, is that you can shoot in 4K mode, and you have essentially you can pull one frame out of a 4K video, and you have an 8 megapixel picture. You know, so 6K you can get even bigger than that. You know, so instead of, you know, if you're doing sports and you could do, is 60 frames per second better than 7 frames per second? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things that even if you don't use it as a video mode, as a still photographer, it still could have some value to you. And the thing that I think everybody is flustered about with this is like, well, you already had the sensor in there. How hard could it be? You know, it's not like, well, you didn't have the sensor big enough to do 4K. Yes, you do. You have a 24 megapixel sensor. The Sony, you know, A6300 does that. No problem. There's a ton of cameras that do 4K. Why was this left out? Why is there an omission? It's just it's silly. You know, it's like you could do it because all the parts are in there. You know, we have the technology, but we decided. Maybe
they were trying to just keep it light.
On features?
No.
Well, they did that.
On weight.
But it wouldn't add to the weight. Yeah. You know, it's already, the sensor's big enough already, and it's just programming. You know, it's just, they could have just, it would have been so
Okay.
easy.
Could they do a firmware update and put it in?
Maybe.
Later on.
yeah,
Since
maybe.
you said it's just programming, if it's already there.
Yeah, but they may not have enough memory or enough processing power, depending on what the choices were when they assembled it.
Like
so
I said-
even though technically it's possible, it might not be possible.
For less than $1,000, think about it, that's pretty doggone cheap. When you're
Well-
talking Canon.
Okay, are you going to get one?
No.
Why not? It's only $1,000.
I know.
Well, and plus the $137 for the adapter.
You know what I'm waiting for.
You're waiting for the Canon 5D Mark VI.
No, I'm actually still waiting for that Nikon, which still hasn't come out that you keep trying to talk me out of
Yeah.
that I need to.
You
but
should get
I'm-
you should get either the Sony one or get their Panasonic just came out with a super zoom.
Yeah,
That's not quite. It's like 24 to 485,
I've got my
but a couple $100 cheaper.
got my heart set on that Nikon.
Make sure you can send it back if you don't like it.
I'm waiting. We'll see.
Well, what are they waiting for? What the heck?
know. I don't know. Once they had that earthquake and the factory went down for the sensors, they just haven't jumped back on the bandwagon. Watch them jump back on, and then it'll be like $1,500. It'll go from under $1,000 to $1,500. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. We'll wait and see.
All right. So back to our Photokina reports here.
Okay.
Just popular photography, because they're usually pretty complete on this. Nikon showed off their 105 f 1.4 prime lens. Ooh. I don't know.
Okay. I was going to say, so 105. Ooh.
Well, it's a great portrait lens on a full frame camera.
Okay.
Awesome portrait lens. And if, isn't the large aperture lenses like, the f1.4s, the f1.2s, isn't that kind of getting kind of cult status, as far as photographers are like, it's the holy grail of, you get all these nice out of focus little circles in the back, the bokeh, very shallow depth of field. And if you're going to have a 1.4 lens or a 1.2 lens, you're probably going to shoot it wide open. Otherwise, why would you pay all that much money?
That's true.
So you're going to shoot it wide open. You're going to want that special look. I'm just, I'm good with it. I'm just saying it's a specialty product.
It is a specialty product.
Speaking of specialty products, we were excited about this when this first came out, and this is the Nikon KeyMissions camera. This is their 360, which shoots photospheres.
Oh, yes.
Finally came out. We were talking about this back in January, but it finally came out, and it's almost $500. I'm a little disappointed. I don't know why I should be, but I guess even the Ricoh Theta, was $350. So I shouldn't be shocked at that
So
price.
which key mission are you looking at?
Well, I'm looking at the 360 one.
Okay.
The one that's got...
Because they've got
it
three
shoots-
of them,
I know, but this is the one that's just not just an action cam. It's a photosphere.
Right.
Right. So that's the unique thing. The rest of them are just action cameras. They're probably good, but action cameras. And the older I get, the less action I'm into. I mostly just sit in my chair.
Oh, switch over. Look at these three cameras, though.
Rhonda's got all three of them on
All
the
three
screen
of them
here.
right there. Look at that.
Okay, yeah.
Infinite
So
possibilities.
the one in the middle is the one I'm talking about. You could talk about the other two, but just let me rain on this parade
All right,
first.
go ahead.
So this one is the KeyMissions 360. And see this, I was kind of excited about this when it first came out. I got one of the Ricoh 360s and I took some 360 photos, and then it was kind of like, how am I going to look at these? Well, you have to look at them on a computer. How are other people going to look at them? Well, you can put them on Facebook. Facebook supports them. YouTube supports them. And then so people can look at these and they can drag with their mouse, they can spin it around and they can look in front of you, look behind you, look above you, look below you. And they're kind of a novelty, but I think there's a problem.
What's that?
The problem is, for filmmakers, it's very difficult to direct people where to look. So if you're trying to make a film of some way, you either have to keep the entire film immersive, and how do you do that? 360 degrees, and how do you get viewers to look a certain place when something important happens? If you're looking the other way, literally, you're not going to see it, right? So So that's a real challenge. So, and just in my experience with the Ricos, I thought, just doing stills, not even doing video. They're a kind of a curiosity, and some people kind of play with them and look at them and go, oh, it's kind of cool. But I don't see long-term engagement with this. I'm afraid it's interesting, but it's not long-term. I just don't see. I don't see we're not going to have photosphere movies that you go to.
No.
And
no,
wasn't this tried?
I tend to think that the 360s you set up in some place that's special that people maybe have never gone to, like say the pyramids, and they can drag around and look at the area and experience it like they were there. I can't see a movie doing the same thing.
So as an educational tool,
Yeah.
certainly geography, or when you need to see a 360 environment.
Yeah.
Interactively, there's a reason for them, for sure. I'm just not as enthused about them as I once was. This has been done back in the day. For those of you that are as old as I am, Disneyland had a 360 degree video that you'd go in and then they it wasn't a photosphere. It was a strip of screens that surrounded you. And then you would stand among stand-up railings so that you could turn around. As it ran, then you could spin around and see what was in front of you and what was behind you. And they kind of directed what you were supposed to look at, because they put it on a dolly or a small truck, and they would drive down the street or what. So you would kind of be looking, I better see where I'm going, as we would do in a vehicle. So I think a lot of people did that, but then you'd you can look to the side.
Well, and that gives you a different perspective because it's all the way around you and makes you feel like you're really there.
And to the filmmaker's credit, they kind of worked this out where the stuff that was directly behind you just wasn't that interesting. The camera was always pointed at the good stuff. That's where the tracking shot was going forward. And that's been a long time ago, and that eventually went away, and nobody's brought it back, and we don't see it in the theaters. And, for Facebook or YouTube, maybe, but I don't know. Anyway, we're going to put a link to all this good stuff on the show notes so that you can go right to the Cool Photo Tools website and click on that and go take a look.
Okay, you want to talk about the KeyMission 170?
No.
No? Why?
I'm done.
Oh, come on.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
So this...
I'll take a little nap while you talk.
No snoring. The KeyMission 170... captures, it says, 170 degree 4K videos and stills, and can record in ultra slow motion. I thought that was interesting. Recording in ultra slow motion time lapse. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it didn't excite you too much.
Well, they're not alone. There's other companies, action cams, that can do this. Time lapse, but the 170 degrees, I like. Mm-hmm. Ooh, is that a video? Why don't you run it full screen and I'll put it up.
All right, let's run it full screen.
Yeah, now see here's a good situation. I think the 360 photosphere I think is not useful.
Oh yeah, look, that's pretty cool looking.
But 170 or 180 degrees, that's more like human vision. Mm-hmm. That's forward facing, kind of big screen panorama. And wouldn't it work great with VR goggles, or Google Cardboard? Then you have an immersive experience.
Look at this. How cool is that?
And the filmmaker can direct where they want you to look. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking this is the better way to go.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful.
So we're looking at, I don't know where this is, but it's obviously a tropical scenery, in the ocean and the skies, and it's very photographic, and they're showing the. This video. It's a video. And,
it's a nice wide
this
angle.
Must have been on a drone that they're flying it around. Yeah, well, 180 degrees or 170 degrees.
Is that not?
And it's
cool.
distorted. It is fisheye-ish a little bit.
But it's not to where it's distracting fisheye-ish.
Well, we're used to it. We're getting where we kind of like it. It's something different. It doesn't freak us out anymore. We know what it is because you can see the horizon line is very curved here. So that we're talking pretty fishy. Yeah, this is some beautiful photography, some very compelling scenery.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't that look great no matter what camera you had?
Actually, yes, but
Okay, so how much is this one going to sell for? What's the model number of this one?
This is the KeyMission 170.
KeyMission 170. And is it going to be cheaper than the $500
I bet
at
it
360?
isn't. I bet it isn't.
Oh, well, it's only got half the lenses. It's got to be a little cheaper.
Yeah, I'm not thinking so.
Come on, Nikon.
I'm not thinking so.
All right, Rhonda's not sure.
So I'm not sure. So let's take, and since we're doing all three of them, this is the KeyMission 80. And it says capture.
And this is just a GoPro wannabe, isn't it?
I think so, but it's a little bit bigger than a GoPro.
It's a different form factor.
Yeah.
But it's still an action cam.
It is.
And it's waterproof.
It's waterproof.
Shockproof. Ooh, does that mean if it gets a strong electrical current,
I'm
it
thinking
will shake it off?
I think that means if you drop it off a ledge, it might still survive.
That kind of shock. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
get the defibrillator. Not that kind.
And I'm not sure on this one. Is it just strictly camera?
Yeah, it's probably got a 24 millimeter equivalent wide. Maybe some of them, maybe even 20. Some of the GoPros are pretty wide.
I wanted to look at this little guy that got up here, and they're not letting me click on it. I wanted to see what he was.
And you could surf the web on your own time.
You know me and like lizards and bugs and stuff. It's like, okay, what the heck is that? I wanted to see it. And here's the picture. No, it still gave me the same stinking picture.
Yeah, see, it's not letting you look at that.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, let's move ahead here.
All right.
Because
everybody's gotten bored and went to sleep with you.
They've already hit stop on their iPod.
Come back.
Unsubscribe on the iTunes Store.
Come back.
Leave us a review, and not a good one. These guys ramble on aimlessly.
Well,
we learn nothing. They talk about videos that we can't see because it's audio only.
Well, it just means you have to go on.
All right, look at this. Let's move ahead here.
All right, move ahead.
Okay, so this is again on the Popular Photography's website. Okay. They did find some of the wacky stuff here. This is a photo glove that we're looking at here. And you can see that it's like a pair of mittens, but then you can unzip the center where the palm of your hand is, and then you can stick your fingers out. And your fingers are still in a glove, but the mitten, you can, because mittens are warmer, right? So I guess we live in Arizona, so I've never used one of these.
Okay.
But for cold climates, I'm thinking this would be a no-brainer. These are the KOOPH, COOPH. That's just hard to say. The KOOPH Photo Glove Ultimate.
Okay.
All right, we're going to link to that. And while we're going here, here's some more pro photos. Got the D2 Monolight. Here's 1/63,000th of a second. We talked about these pro photos with extremely short flash durations for freezing motion.
I'm waiting for those though to all start coming down in price since there's so many of them.
Yeah, but see, these are you're going to rent these because they're really pricey. And how often do you need that kind of flash duration?
They are pricey
unless you're doing something really special on it.
How much is that?
I don't know.
$2,000?
I don't know.
2,500?
I don't even know.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
But they're all, pro photos. They don't give those away.
I know.
Got to be a pro and take photos. All right, here's another one.
Catchy name.
All right, the Mola Softlight, MOLA, 43.5-inch beauty dish. Okay, when they're getting that big, they're almost like a softbox. So
that is true.
They don't fold up. They're kind of hard to pack around. The Sigma. Oh, wanted to talk about this one. Okay, the Sigma 12 to 24 millimeter f4 art zoom lens. Now the Sigma art lenses are getting some good press. These guys they're making some.
They're getting better at their lens.
They weren't ever bad, but the art lenses are quite premium. They're very highly regarded, and this is an updated version of lens that they made a few years back. In fact, I have the older one, and I quite like it. It's a Sigma 12 to 24 millimeter zoom lens, and that's extremely wide for a full frame camera. Only specialty camera lenses, or even Canon makes the 11 millimeter, 11 to 20, 24, something like that. But it's like $2,700, and this one's supposed to be under 15, I believe, is what they were saying on it. Maybe even not that much. But updated version of that, and even their older lens, that I have, the 12 millimeter at that setting, if you could stop it down to f8, it was sharp. It was good. This one they claim is going to be sharp, wide open at f4, so that'll be fun. Okay, I'm looking forward to that. I might have one of these. Give me two. They're small.
Okay, if you're going to go small, let's go big.
Okay, Rhonda, you're up.
Okay. I was looking at this. This is Tamarron's 150 to 600. It's a big lens.
Oh, well, if you want to talk about that one, well, I have on the screen right here the Sigma 150 to 600. No, Sigma 500. I take that back.
Yeah, this is 600.
Well, that would be bigger then, wouldn't
That's
it?
bigger.
All right. So how much is this one? These are pretty good price, as I recall. They
$13.99.
yeah, so that's pretty, and that's a 150 to 600 millimeter
Yeah.
zoom. This is Tamron. I think these have gotten pretty good reviews. Haven't
They have. Yeah. People are really liking this.
So if you're like a birder, you have the need for a strong telephoto, that's a pretty smoking
and it
deal.
looks like it's really well built. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've gotten really, really pretty nice reviews on these. Okay.
There's some imagery from it.
Well, of course, you can't really tell at that size.
Yes, you can. Look.
So in the meantime, Sigma made this 500 millimeter one, f4, and it's only going to cost a little under $6,000.
Oh, just under $6,000.
Well, yeah.
I think I'm going for the $13.99.
It's a pro sports and wildlife. We probably, if you would pixel peep them together, probably this is probably sharper.
Probably
for $6,000.
I would hope so.
But again, since we don't do anything except put them on Facebook anyway, it probably doesn't make any difference.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's a pricey lens.
And Sigma also has the 85 millimeter.
Okay, switch over so we can see it.
1.4 Art Series lens, 85 1.4. That's another good one. And that's going to be about $1,200. What else you got, Rhonda? If you were faster, we go back and forth really quick.
No.
I was like, I got to think about this.
Well, I sit and listen to you. I'm sorry.
I know. It's fascinating, isn't it?
It is. So going off onto a different thing, did you see that Amazon's getting into the print business?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you're crazy talk.
No, and their pricing is pretty good. Introducing Amazon Prints.
No, I didn't realize this.
Yeah. So for you people that just like to print, their photo books start at $19.99. Just an 8x10 for $1.79.
How about 11 by 14?
They're not showing 11 by 14.
Oh, see, that's what I like. So 11 by 14.
But yeah, for you Amazon customers, we have a new thing to try.
Well, there's never a shortage of places to print your photos. Of course, it would be convenient, if you're using them for storage.
Well, and convenient for everybody who uses Amazon. So,
Speaking of which, have you got your Echo Dot 12-pack ordered?
My Echo Dot 12-pack. No.
You're looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Don't know. Refer to what we're talking about.
Okay, we're talking about the Amazon Echo.
Oh, yes, I do know what you're talking about. The Echo Dots. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I went.
Yeah. See, I didn't.
Went right by me. Sorry.
When you start with the, you call the device by name, which I'm not going to do since it'll trigger everybody's device. I'm just going to call it the Amazon Echo. And anyway, so the Echo Dot is the new one that they have come out with.
Show it.
And well, I don't have it on my screen.
Oh, let's see now. Now who's not here?
There's nothing to see here. It's just a little dot.
It is a little dot.
Looks like a Jello cup.
Yeah, they do kind of look like Jello cups. That's true.
It doesn't have the speaker built into it. It's got a little tiny speaker. But the Echo Dot has, I suppose I could find it if you really push me here. It has all the same things that the regular Echo has, except that built-in speaker. So they're cheaper, so they're going to be like $50, and you can get a 12-pack of them and get two of them free, or buy a 6-pack, get one free. And they I've got the 6-pack ordered. I don't know.
Have you? What are you going to do with it?
Well, I'm going to give some of them as gifts, but I'm going to keep some of them too. Here it is. The Echo Dot. Add what's her name to any room.
Add what's her name?
There it is. So basically, the thing with these is they take that that speaker out because, it was a pretty good speaker. But,
It is a good speaker.
But one of the advantages that Echo had is the Prime Music Library from Amazon. So when you're listening to music, that speaker is kind of like a table radio. It's not the best. It doesn't have really good bass, for example. So here you've got the same thing with that speaker removed. Now you can broadcast it. You can use Bluetooth to send it to your home stereo system or your TV, surround sound system or whatever. And it works just the same, but it utilizes the speaker via Bluetooth. And the other thing I notice, I don't know if you have this problem with yours, is that if I have her playing music really loud, then she has a hard time hearing me when I tell her to do something else.
That's true. She's so loud she doesn't hear you.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm playing really loud music right now. Could you come back later? Or you could use the remote, I suppose, or whatever. But this way, they'll be separate. The speakers will be in a different place than the microphone on the Echo. So I'm looking forward to these. I think these are going to be really fun. And the other thing that they've worked out with these is before, you could buy multiple ones. But when you said, Echo, what time is it in Cancun? And you had two of them, they would both answer you slightly out of sync, except one might misunderstand you because it was in the other room. And so then that was a cacophony of sounds going on. And so now they're supposedly have this worked out where only the closest one knows that you're talking to it. So that will end that problem. So anyway, I think it's pretty exciting.
Here's you
$50
from across the room with 7 far-field microphones for hand-free control.
Now, the other thing that they've done, which maybe is something that you didn't notice on this, is that they have actually removed the volume control. Where the original version of the Echo, you would spin the volume control on the top. It was a rotary dial.
Right.
You could turn the volume up or down. This one only has plus or minus buttons. But you can still use voice command. To turn it up or turn it down, or volume 0, volume 2.
We just tell her,
volume 11.
Off. Volume
Stop
off.
It. Stop it right now.
Quit talking.
That's not what I meant.
And then she says, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're talking about.
What? This is a senior version. It just goes, what?
What? I didn't hear you.
What? What?
Yeah. I hate to say that ours is used in mostly inappropriate ways. Everybody asking her questions, that half the time she says, I'm sorry, I can't answer that.
I could answer that, but that would be really rude. Ours, we do a lot of timing. We time stuff. We time kitchen stuff. We time the washing machine. But I also have it hooked up to my Google Calendar, so I can ask her, what am I supposed to do today? That kind of stuff. Anyway, it's a cool tool, and I really think it's useful, and I think you should get one of these for every room.
So what were you saying? It was a 6-pack deal?
Yeah. See, they've got what's on here. See, you can make it 6. You can buy 5 and get one free, and they also have a 12-pack deal where you buy 10 and get 2 free, which is the same deal essentially. But
so you don't have to have the original to have this. This isn't like an add-on. This is just separate, all by its little self.
It is, and it does have a speaker in it. So you don't have to plug it into a speaker, but it's really it's a very small speaker, so it works okay for voice. But if you want to hear music, you're going to need a Bluetooth speaker to connect to it. But see, you had to get one for your new iPhone 7 anyway, right? So it's a no-brainer.
Be a good one for the kids. Put in the kids' rooms.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big seller this year. And no, you don't have to have the original. Before, you had to have one before you could buy another, and then more. You can just buy these. And but you do have to be an Amazon Prime subscriber in order to make them work. Actually, you don't have to do that. I think you can do $5 a month, and you can just subscribe to the Echo service now too, and some Prime Music and things like that as well. But really, unless you never buy anything, you should be an Amazon Prime subscriber. I know I am. I know Rhonda is.
I am.
Yeah. So
I like, because I get things delivered for free most of the time, 2 days.
Yeah, there's that.
That's really handy.
And in our area, we're getting the 1-day delivery now if you have a $35 minimum. So you get on there and you shop around and go, ooh, what can I get that costs at least $35?
What can you buy isn't at least $35?
Well, but see, they don't have it at every warehouse. You have to be
true.
a little careful, to make sure it's what, the local warehouse has it so you could get it here in a day.
I actually have it hooked up to a receiver here.
A receiver.
Yeah. Does anybody
Yeah.
know what that is anymore?
Well, that's true. But, that's, in fact, and you're right. And I missed that. So good catch. Yeah, you can plug it directly into a speaker. You don't have to have Bluetooth. I was just thinking Bluetooth because it's wireless
Yeah,
across
look
the
at that.
room. And yeah, you can totally plug a little
And you can, so it says you can
that
voice
headphone
control your
jack type
music.
speaker that you used to be able to plug into iPhones, but you no longer can on the new ones.
Smart control your phone.
Yeah, now, these are cool. So if you don't have one, it's time.
It is
It's
time.
time to get an Amazon Echo. You know what time it is.
What time is it?
It's time to talk next week instead of this week.
Time for me to quit surfing?
No, that probably won't happen, but
Probably not.
But it is time for us to end the podcast today.
Okay.
And thank you all so much for listening. We always value your time.
We do.
That you spend with us.
And we hope we don't get too hokey and goofy for you.
But that's why there's fast forward.
That is true.
You just fast forward through the
okay,
whole thing there.
they're getting that way again. It's
All right, so check on the website, coolphototools.com. Click on those affiliate links and order up a 12-pack of Amazon Echoes. Be sure you do that as you go through. You can click on any of the Amazon affiliate links, on Cool Photo Tools, and then Rhonda will get credit for all the Amazon Echoes that you bought that way.
Wow.
And she can pay for that Nikon that she's looking for.
If it ever comes out.
All right, everybody. Next
All right.
week.
Bye, guys. See you
Bye-bye.
then.
You've been listening to the Cool Photo Tools podcast. Sign up for our mailing list at coolphototools.com. Got a question? Send an email or MP3 audio file to info@coolphototools.com. Thanks for listening.